Hey guys, hi! Today we're doing episode 2 of Cape Fear. Why would I want to hurt you? So, let's get into it. A metal plate in the head is easy to spot on an x ray. The real damage is the kind no scan can detect. Max walks through the world with a visible reminder of his suffering, but the show keeps asking more unsettling questions. Which is more dangerous, the wound itself or the story someone tells themselves about that wound?
Oh,
Forgot it was on. Okay. So, do you want to
so
answer that question, Jermaine?
sure. I think the unknown is much more terrifying than what you know. So if I understand the question correctly, um, yeah, the not necessarily the man that they're making the boogeyman, but all these unknown things can quickly become much more terrifying than you know anything else.
Okay. All right. So, you ready to get into the question?
Let's go.
All right. The first question. Can years of institutional violence fundamentally reshape someone's identity? Or does the series suggest that Max's darkness existed long before prison? Does understanding the source of someone's pain change our moral responsibility for judging their actions?
Oh wow, that's a lot. So I'm I'm gonna say yes. Years of institutional violence can reshape someone's identity, but the show does a really good job of saying that Max lived a fucked up life long before he even got to prison. So I don't know if it's nature versus nurture or it's a combination of the two. But your boy was he wasn't looking too good. Like he's not a success story by any means of the imagination. Um, but I do think that by understanding someone's source of pain, um, it colors your perception of that particular person. So, if in other words, if all you knew was his backstory in terms of how he grew up, then of course you would be sympathetic. Even if, so let's say he was innocent, and right now I don't know whether or not your boy was innocent. I literally just don't know. Um, but him being placed in prison and he's basically fighting for his life. It was hard to watch, but at the same time, I was like, "Shit, you came for me." I was minding my business.
And you're definitely. You mean the way he brutally, barbarically beat the
Mm-hmm.
hell out of those skinheads?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to platform.
Ah,
I was like, round of applause.
ah.
And you saw the old man just sitting there watching it and never move. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
dude, really destroyed them. And honestly, in my mind, I was like, when I saw him doing the push-ups and the pull-ups and all that stuff, I was like, was he fine like that before he got to jail? Or did it happen when he got to jail? Because clearly you always had the hands, because we both know being yoked don't mean a goddamn thing, right? You know, like you had to have some squabble with you, and the muscles just helped whatever you already knew how to do. So he was not a stranger to defending himself physically, that's for sure. And when they came in there and they tried to play with him, he really made an example out of them than anybody else, because he did that single-handedly. Okay? And for survival purposes, I think that was a great thing. Especially in prison. He was in there, what he said, 16, 17 years?
Yeah.
Like, That was amazing. But I mean, seeing that part and then learning that his father had him in cage
Yeah, that was hard to see.
as a boy, and
Yeah.
like he just really lived a hard life. It blinds me a little, you know.
hmm
It blinds what his drive and motivation is.
hmm
Are you ready for the next question?
Let's go.
All right. The most dangerous people rarely demand your attention, they invite it. Max doesn't need to force Anna into a conversation. He simply creates the illusion that he's making the choice. That's how psychological predators operate. They don't kick the door down. They wait for you to open it yourself.
Mm.
So, at what point does a lawyer's professional obligation begin to conflict with their responsibility to protect their own family? When Max chooses Anna as his lawyer, who is really representing whom? Is Anna defending Max in court, or has Max already begun directing the emotional narrative of the Bowden family?
God damn, you and these damn questions. Let me tell you. Okay. At what point? Okay. So look, a lawyer's professional obligation goes out the window the minute their family is at risk. I'm sorry. That's just how it
In my
is.
heart, I feel the same.
So the next part, when Max chooses Anna as his lawyer, who's really representing whom? Um, I think that question is really a tee up for the next question. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's
okay.
like a conjunction.
So is Anna defending Max in court? So okay, so the minute your boy was locked in jail, and he chose some other lawyer to get him out of jail. She didn't even know that he was out of jail. So
Mm-hmm.
all obligations have
Well, the
ended
question,
in my eye.
oh, you, okay. I think you're coming back to the point. I'm sorry for interrupting.
I think professional obligations are like thrown out of the window to me as far as it relates to that. So protecting her family is paramount. And I do think, though I'm not completely certain, especially, and the reason I say I do think he's manipulating his family because the son has some type of connection with Max. I don't know what it is because number one, Max wasn't surprised to see him in that restroom.
At all.
So something is going on. What? I don't know.
I think when she decided to speak with him alone, it was incriminating herself somehow. At least in my mind, I was like, why would a police officer who you're accusing him of doing something to you, and then you want to speak alone with him, and then he's like, yeah, I'll speak alone with you, but he doesn't say she's his lawyer, but he's like, this is the lawyer I want to talk to at this time.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that he is manipulating something, even if it wasn't him. Which it had to be him, but like, even if it wasn't him, like, he's doing something to that family that's really fucking their head up. Especially when you see him talk to the boy in the bathroom, Zach. It was like, Zach, and then you heard his response. He said, "What did he say about his family or his parents?
Oh no, I don't remember.
Fuck my family."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's telling it. He's sitting there telling you when he's talking to Max alone, "Fuck my family," and then he made sure he came out before his daddy could come in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that put me off too. So I was like, "What the hell is wrong with Max?" But we quickly realize something's going on with Max. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for the next question?
Let's go.
Natalie's feelings for Callie aren't just a subplot. They become another secret she's carrying in a family already drowning in secrets. The relationship becomes about identity, vulnerability, fear of rejection, and the emotional cost of hiding one's true self. That mirrors the larger theme of Cape Fear, where nearly every character conceals something significant. So the question is, as Natalie hides her love for Callie, is Cape Fear inviting us to see that vulnerability isn't just about physical danger? Could the greatest act of courage in this story ultimately be emotional honesty, even when the world around you feels anything but safe?
My dear God, number one, let me say, I did not think that you would pick up on this particular storyline. I thought you just would have been like, and you just would have kept on going. Um, so
I'm very
no,
happy. I'm very
because
all right. I was
number one,
like, okay.
I was thrown like I didn't expect that at all. I'm certain that there were hints,
You
but
had
I
to
didn't expect it.
blow me a charge. But the way she was ready to receive the charge made
No, no,
Callie
no.
kind of like,
I got it in this episode, but I'm saying in episode one, I didn't pick up on any of that.
oh, I didn't either. Episode 1, I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm. So in this particular episode, I ain't gonna lie, there was something about everything that made me say, "Oh, girl, Callie," has something to do with whatever is going on. I don't know what, and I don't know how. See, that's what I'm talking about. This particular show, I don't know what, and I don't know how. That's what I keep saying because everything like kind of keeps me guessing. Like, what? How does this fit with that? How does this? You know what I'm saying? And so, but to answer your question, yes, not just the physical, but the emotional, can tear a person down like to their soul. So yeah, like kudos to you for even bringing that question up.
Yeah. I just felt like we thought she was a perfect Patty, episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
And, the ideal child, especially if we're going to measure her against her brother Zach at this moment,
Mm-hmm.
especially when we see the result of episode 1. So it's like, oh, perfect Patty. And then Callie comes over with drinks and weed. And let's pray. But of course, with all that she's going through, it seems like what a friend would do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Teenage friend's gonna come over. Let's relieve your stress. You know what I'm saying? Let's relieve your stress. And so that moment where, I've received charges from friends. So like, but it was male and female. So, but it was never sexual. There was never this. There's never this energy. Like, come on. And when I saw Callie beckoning for it, I said, "Oh, my baby's hiding." And it seemed like the way Callie said it'd be weird. I was like, does she know what she wants, or is she really not? She doesn't really know yet.
Which one, Callie or the daughter, Natalie?
Like Natalie knows what she wants, and it's almost like she's ready to be vulnerable like that with Callie, and she's using a charge to kind of get it to happen. And it's like if Callie knows who she is that why it's going to be weird, or is it the way there's a yearning tension between them?
So I've also,
are you hiding it from your family, or have you been hiding it from Callie and everybody?
okay, so I think that Natalie is hiding it not from herself, definitely from her family. I think Callie, although I haven't watched other episodes, just based on what I saw, I think Callie is just stringing her along. Just to be honest, like, ooh, this is fun, and it would be weird if we kiss in your house. I like it better when it's in my house, type deal. You know what I'm saying? That's just how
you feel like it's happened before.
Yeah.
You feel like the charge was setting up for a kiss, and Callie won't do that.
Yeah. 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 I also want to say, it is just like the firstborn, right? So the firstborn knows way more secrets about a family than those who come later. Firstborn is typically, not always, but typically the more rational one, the one that kind of holds things together. And as a result, has a lot of secrets themselves. And you know what I'm saying? Like the younger ones, they're not all about those secrets. Living loud, living proud, all that other good
Listen,
stuff.
I'm second born.
Firstborn.
I'm a wild, bad child, okay? I'm
Mhm.
that difficult child that they talked about, but I'm a success story. I'm a success story. I never took it too far. Never took it too far. You know? So I get the second child's need to like reject whatever the first child is doing and do the
Right,
opposite and try
right.
to create their own space.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay. No, that was all I had.
Okay. So Natalie's feelings for sorry, we did that one. Tom frames the incident as an explanation for Zach's downward spiral, but the scene also raises questions about shame, accountability, masculinity, and whether public punishment actually changes behavior or simply pushes pain further underground. The series seems to ask whether Zach has learned from his actions or whether being publicly made an example of caused him to internalize shame instead of developing accountability. At the same time, the show doesn't ask viewers to forget the victim. It challenges us to hold two different truths at once. Zach caused real harm and Zach is also in crisis. So the question is Tom telling the doctor the story of why Zach is suffering, or is he unintentionally revealing a family that has struggled to confront the difference between explaining harmful behavior and taking full responsibility for it?
All of the above. All of the above. So look, like in that particular moment, like what I was just like, oh dang. So that's why your boy is moody. That's why your boy, like, is in the room by himself, getting high, drinking, whatever else. Because he doesn't know how to deal with, his situation. And clearly, in my mind, Tom didn't know how to deal with the situation. You the father, you the success story, you the one bringing home all this money. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know how to deal with it. And I don't know if
you microdosing.
Exactly. So it's a big clusterfuck, and it's a family that number one, it's in the South. In the South, everybody tries to cover everything up. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't have the tools to deal with it, and so yeah, it's a clusterfuck. They're teaching their kids to just internalize everything. Whether you're talking about Zach or you talking about Natalie, they internalize everything.
Oh, take off my shoes.
Okay. I think that I agree with you 100%. I think that honestly, I think he froze up because I don't think he would have been the one to answer those questions had Natalie been present.
I agree with you. That's what he was calling for. He was desperate for.
Yeah, because he already is microdosing for his stress level and for what he's going through. I know I keep bringing it up, but I don't want to forget. Let's not forget, Tom is on drugs, baby. He might be taking it incrementally, but he is clearly in need of something to get there quick. Okay? And we still don't know what it is. He needs to get there, though, quick. So him having to be the one to talk about why they think Zach is sitting in there, I think he's just rambling on. And like, unfortunately, sometimes as men do, because women will be very, very protective of their children and will only give so much of what's going on. Sometimes it's the dad, but sometimes it's the mom. There's always one protective parent that's not going to tell you all that and go make sure don't nobody know all that, of what's going on. But he just seemed like he needed the doctor to know, because the doctor was like, he's full of drugs.
Yeah.
Has he always been like this? And he just word vomit. Oh my God, he had this incident last year. Oh my God, he sent these news about a girl, and he just has, the school made an example out of him, and he lost everybody and everything. Yeah, he was excusing it and then trying to rationalize with the doctor, and he
It was
did.
it was the excuses that he gave that kind of like made me say, God damn, are you serious? Like, this is what your son did. Like, you need to punish that motherfucker.
Yeah, and this is what he's doing now. Like, he's on drugs right now, on something heavy. So to the point that the doctor's like, dude, he is doped up on something hard. Like, what the hell's going on?
And throwing up a toe.
Clock it.
Who does that even when they high? Please tell me.
But what were you on?
He had some of his dad's stash.
Mate, and that's why I kept saying he microdosing. I'm like, you sure you got all the bottles? Huh? You locked up with them guns? Huh? Because baby. Okay.
Oh, but you know what? They slipped in the fact that the dad, Tom, was in the military. So it's quite possible that Tom is dealing with PTSD. And that's his way of coping.
It might be prescribed. Whatever it is. And it could be, yeah, you're right. And honestly, I missed that part that he's been in the military, but it definitely explains why he is with the choo-choo bang bang anytime something's going on. Am I lying? Tom be like, hold on. I ain't even gonna play with you.
Why you wait till I'm taking a puff before you make me laugh?
Yes, he was like, hold on, clink, clink. Let's go see what's going on outside. Like, Tom ain't for to be scared. Okay, he ain't for to be scared. That's what he's gonna do. Here. Oh, okay. All right. I'm trained to go. Okay. Tom is trained to go. I like that though. I ain't gonna even.
You know what? The grandfather. I think there's a story with the grandfather. I think the grandfather is gonna save the day. I don't know how. I don't know when, but I think the grandfather is gonna save the day. He's gonna save that family.
Listen, you see how bad he want to be a part of it. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yep, let's go.
Okay. Okay. Max's role as a looming threat isn't absolved. Instead, the show complicates the narrative by asking whether the family's greatest danger is only outside the house or whether their inability to recognize one another's pain has been equally destructive. So the question is, when Natalie pieces together the evidence and realizes Zach may have hurt himself, does Cape Fear expose the danger of fear-driven assumptions? Or is the series suggesting that families often struggle to recognize emotional pain until they're forced to confront it head on?
Yes, definitely the latter. I think, well, I can only speak from my experience. Everyone pushes it aside as if it's, not to say that it's not real, but you can get over it. You know what I'm saying? Pray. Talk to people.
Say pray. That's damn near trigger for me because I am a very spiritual person. When you're talking to people and they say pray. Like you know.
I do think that for the most part, it's not until those emotions just the floodgate opens, and once it does, at that point you have no choice but to deal with it, and that's the only time that people decide, okay, it's time to deal with it. But sometimes that's too late.
That's when you have to recover from the problem and not deal with the problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like Zach's already in the hospital. He done chomped off his toe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It also tells me that he didn't have the emotional maturity to deal with that. I think little kids often.
Therapy though. Remember, he was going to a therapist. He was seeing a therapist.
Okay, I didn't catch that. So now I'm wondering what the fuck, like, what was the therapist doing, and why did the family stop? Why did they?
He was seeing him once a week.
So he's still going?
After the incident, they bumped it up to 3 times a week.
And he got to this? Oh,
Exactly. It's not like they didn't see change in him and weren't trying to support him. It's just that Zach is seriously hurting and so far gone.
That makes me wonder, who the hell is this person that he's been talking to on the phone? Because right now I'm not necessarily convinced that it's a girl. I'm kind of thinking it's Max. But the question is, how could it have been Max if Max was in jail? Not to say that people in jail don't have access to phones. It's just, okay, this is, you know what, I was going to say that this episode didn't measure up to episode 1, but the more and more we talk about it, the more I'm just like, ooh, dang.
Yeah, it has you going like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. Like, really, what is going on? Because Zach has all this animosity toward his family, and he's the one who's wrong. He's seeing a therapist. It's not helping. Like, fundamentally, on the surface, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They make him the priority. It's wild. It's wild. But he is also, let's not forget, a part of a certain type of economic status. And sometimes, that's one thing that I noticed we haven't talked about. The higher you go, the harder they fall if they hit rock bottom.
I love it.
And for it to hit rock bottom as a child, ready for the question?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So, this is arguably the most shocking moment of the episode because it completely reframes everything the audience thought they knew. Up until the point, the assumption is that Zach was the victim of an unspeakable attack. Instead, when he coughs up his own severed toe, the series pivots from external horror to internal psychological collapse. When Zach coughs up this is the question. When Zach coughs up his own toe, is Cape Fear revealing the truth of what happened, or is it exposing something even more unsettling, that fear can blind us to the suffering happening right in front of us? And if the Bolden family misread Zach's injury so completely, what else have they misunderstood about one another and about Max Cady?
God damn. So just to answer the questions, I think I would have to go with the latter. Basically, you're right, and you've been saying it all along. It's these secrets, and these secrets are hurting this family, and it might be those secrets that is the undoing of the family.
When he coughed up his toe, I almost shit myself. Because even though he kept saying his throat, he couldn't swallow, he was feeling away like something's wrong. Like, I was like, you're on drugs, my guy. Right. You're on drugs, my guy. A lot's wrong right now. It never even dawned on me for a second.
At all.
With his mouth, and he did that to himself.
At all.
And the terror after they received the phone call from Natalie was like, all her screaming, it happened in the house, That was so eerie and disturbing. Like, okay, it happened in the house, so it's like, wait, you sat in that room? Because all We never saw you come back in the house, first of all, on the
Yeah.
camera. And you sat in that room with all this voodoo shit and went to munching on your toe. What's going on?
What if it was the possum that pulled that toe off?
Could have been.
I'm
And then he
just
just ate
talking
it.
stupid shit. I'm just talking stupid
Had
shit.
to be him. Had to be him. Oh my God. I was so grossed out. I was like, dude, what are you going through? Because I mean, you're not the first guy to get in such trouble for sharing nudes. Like in high school, guys go through this. Like, weak sauce. What? You ready for the next one?
Let's hit it.
In Cape Fear, everyone wants to be someone's safe place. Zach wants people to believe he's okay until he can't hide it anymore. Anna wants Natalie to believe she's unshakable. And Max wants everyone to believe he's exactly who they think he is until they're too invested to see the truth. The episode quietly asks whether confidence is courage or just another disguise. So, here's the question. After learning the truth about Zach's injuries, Zach's encounter with Max Cady in the restroom and Anna's unwavering faith in her daughter Natalie to always be okay. Does the episode suggest that both extremes, silent suffering and unwavering certainty, can prevent honest conversation about vulnerability?
100%. 100%. Just because your daughter seems to be okay does not mean that she actually is okay. Just because your son is a clusterfuck, it doesn't mean that at some point he won't get his life together. And so at a certain point, you let those training wheels go. Let him fly. Give him the encouragement he needs to face the world, face society. Okay, you fucked up, but guess what? Everybody fucks up. Your fuck up was just a little bit more public than a lot of other people's fuck ups. But what I do know, just kind of building on something that you said before, just I'm trying to think about what I can say in this moment. I know that there are a lot of boys and girls who share those things. Number one, I have a big problem with the school kind of making someone the poster child for something like that, because the school damaged his psyche in my mind. Not what he did. The school did that. And so I have a huge problem with that. But yeah, as a family, just because someone seems strong, it doesn't mean that they actually are strong. Sometimes those are the weakest ones.
I agree. I just think that when she said that, one, Natalie's face. Two, watching your brother go through something this big is going to impact you as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So even if she says she's okay, she's still a child. She's not okay. She finds out her brother hurt himself, been hanging out. You know, she's the one who found out that he wasn't hanging out with his friends, that he had some type of girlfriend. So she's sitting there like, I thought we talked to each other. How long have we not been talking? So there has to be some level of responsibility she feels to him to where it got past her. Mm-hmm. You know, so that has to be like,
it's fucking with her.
Yeah, it's fucking with her. So I just was like, why you assume this child has all this strength? It's beyond me. Ready for the next question?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Parents spend their lives trying to be in two places at once. Cape Fear weaponizes the impossibility. Anna chooses the son lying in a hospital bed, and by the time she turns her attention elsewhere, Another piece of her world is gone. That's the cruel arithmetic of tragedy. Sorry, guys, I struggle with that word. Arithmetic of tragedy. It doesn't wait until you finished making the right decision. It arrives while you're still making it. So the question is whether Max is directly responsible or not. Has he become a force that causes everyone to second guess every choice they make?
To literally answer your question, no. The only person who is doubting Max is what's her name? The mom. What's her name? Anna?
And I go back and forth between, I say Anna, but I thought it was Hannah for a long time.
Hannah,
Right now,
Anna.
though, I'm just saying Anna.
Right now, she's the only one who's second guessing him. The kids are kids like, well, I can't even say that anymore because Zach's encounter with Max. Um, but definitely Natalie and Tom, and even Anna's coworker, the black woman. None of them are thinking that Max has anything to do with anything other than the fact that he got out.
Mm-hmm.
And so, again, I still think that Tom and Anna exchanged information, and they weren't supposed to exchange information. And because they did, she decided to tell him to plead because in her mind she thought, oh, he's guilty, and at least he will get some type of time. That's where I am right now. I'm certain I'm wrong, but that's where I am right now.
Well, the question was in reference to Bunny and Byron's body being found inside of his home. And she couldn't follow up with Byron. She had to go see her child, and she finds out that they're dead.
I never understood that. I didn't understand who those people were. Who were
That
those
was
people?
the original people who were supposed to talk during that gala that Max Cady showed up to.
So Max killed them so that he could. We don't know.
We don't know.
Oh, yeah, he killed him. Shit.
Remember,
he
went missing that night, and that's how she found out. She found out because she wasn't available to go chase them down because her son was in the middle of a crisis. So she picked her child easily.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's why they didn't make it to that gala to speak. But I think that enhances Hannah's paranoia.
Of course.
Because, like, just so happened, my keynote speaker, who is also a prison release victim for this, what's the SLBJ?
Yeah.
Whatever that
you know what? I don't like the black chick.
Noah?
I don't like the black chick. What'd you say?
I said Noah?
Yeah, I don't like her. Because at a certain point, she should be putting 2 and 2 together. That's all I'm saying.
Like, you ain't think that was so convenient?
And now they dead. Now that they're dead, what do you think? You got you got to at least have some doubt. You got to have some doubt.
You got to feel some type of way. Like, I expect you to feel some type of way. I really do. Because I definitely feel some type of way. And Anna is, you see, she showed up to the house to see them, to find their bodies where they were. They hadn't moved them. She was so devastated. It was incredibly.
Ooh, I love how invested you are in the show. Like you're catching all these little details, and I'm like,
I was tripped out. I was so tripped out because I was like, what's their name? Wait, who? Wait, what happened? Because it's so good. It was like, dude, like, it's so good. Like, the thriller aspect of, like, because what kept messing me up was if he spit up his own toe, it wasn't Max, it was himself. Damn, that absolves Max. It can't be Max. She tripping. Like, all this is just circumstances that happen to fall at the same time. But when Bunny and Byron end up dead, I'm like, Max, you sneaky mother mucker. Oh, it had to be because you spoke that night, and now they dead. Like, how was that such a coincidence? But it might be, given everything that's been transpiring, it very well could be. So it tripped me out. You ready for the next one? Zach has secrets. Natalie hides feelings for Callie. Anna and Tom have their own complicated history with Max. Tom's brother and Anna's father are their own secrets in themselves. What does the series suggest about a family where everyone is carrying hidden truths? If a parent discovers the truth by violating trust, does the trust still help heal the relationship? So this is the actual question. These were the ideas in my head. And no. Those are the actual questions. I'm sorry.
Okay. So what does if a parent discovers the truth by violating trust, does the truth still heal the relationship? No, not completely. Not completely. It helps that specific situation.
This is in reference to her using the Face ID to open that phone.
Not it might help to uncover one truth, but it creates another problem that's probably going to be deeper, because now I don't trust you. How can I trust
wholeheartedly? Yeah, wholeheartedly I don't trust
you. Yeah. So it'll solve one problem, but you've just created a bigger problem.
I agree, but I was completely fascinated and took a page from Anna's Rolodex and stored it in my own parenting catalog. You think you're not doing something crazy and your phone locked, and you think I won't tell you, oh, look at that. Crazy. And go scrolling through your phone. You got another thing coming, mister. My 13-year-old and my 10-year-old have a phone, and I let them know when they go to sleep, you better not have nothing on their phone. I check everything, deleted. Freshly deleted. I'm in your inbox. I'm checking all messages. I don't care. Ain't no trust. Ain't no closed doors.
But you know what? When you start off by saying there is no trust, then that's the expectation. So there's no, you know what I'm saying?
Honesty is the expectation in my home because ain't no closed doors. What you closing the door for? You shouldn't be doing that. You need no privacy code. You ain't even know that. But see, he is much older. While I'm going on my tangent, he is much older, so I guess he's supposed to have a little bit of trust, but he bit off his toe. Like, do I really care?
Yeah, no. You might be sleeping. I don't want you sleeping in my room, but you might be sleeping in the hall right by my room. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go nowhere. Doors
locked. You might
be
sleeping in my bed. I might be holding you like a bear. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
You're doing wild ass shit. I don't even know if I'm even sleep.
This a whole toe, and your ass got high. Why you did it? Then you swallowed the shit.
And we don't know what kind of drugs that doctor even talking about. That had you high enough to do that. Okay.
And to be quite honest, I don't even know if they care that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they care about him, but where did he get the drugs? Is anybody asking that?
Well, that's why Anna's in his phone now.
She worried about old girl. She just worried about old girl. This girl did this to him.
Max, did she feel like it was the girl there? Did she have the drugs? Because where did he get the drugs from? That's what she's on right now. Where is the girl? Who was he with? He got them drugs from somewhere. He didn't get it from in my house, but she doesn't know that Tom is microdosing.
Let me say something. So Zach said it himself. They don't know anything about our parents. Know nothing about us. Zach could be a whole drug dealer.
That's why she violating his privacy now, because she realizing I don't
know
about this.
But she focusing on old girl. She ain't focusing on nobody else but old girl.
Oh yeah, it's projection.
I
can't be my child did something wrong. Had to be someone else who made my child do something wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he ate his own toe, and the proof is in his throat. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That
My
shit
dream.
insane. It'll never not be insane to me. Um, next, the scariest house in Cape Fear isn't the one with the predator lurking outside. It's the one where everyone inside is convinced nobody understands them. Zach isn't running from a monster. He's running from the feelings that he's already disappeared. That he's already disappeared. And Natalie stopping him is heartbreaking because she isn't just saving her brother, she's admitting that she feels the same way. Is part of growing up recognizing that parents are flawed, people carrying their own fears and secrets. Why do both siblings question their importance within the family? Is the first time the siblings recognize that they are both experiencing the same? Well, is this the first time that the siblings recognize that they are both experiencing the same emotional isolation? And this is in reference to Natalie stopping him from walking his one toe missing ass out the house and down the street to get a conversation with. I'm just saying.
So yes, part of growing up is recognizing that your parents are not perfect, right? And definitely at a young age, you know that your parents have secrets that they don't want you to know anything about. But I think the question is this the first time the siblings recognize that they are both experiencing the same emotional isolation? I think that was the first time that they were able to admit it to each other.
I agree 100% because, like, oh, you feel that way too? You're
Mm-hmm.
perfect. No matter how perfect I am, they prioritize you. And it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you
You know
gotta
what?
do that.
That's a similar conversation that me and my sister had. Like my sister believed, like for most of her life, that I was the golden child, whereas I, on the other hand, like I thought my sister got whatever she wanted, when she wanted, how she wanted it, all kinds of shit. It was just the different ways in which our mother parented us.
And had to show up for you for the needs you had.
Hmm.
Hmm. That's what's so crazy. So, next question. Well, before the question, the idea that Max Cady is a gift from the nonprofit gods, as Noah refers to him, creates a dark irony. From a professional standpoint, Max appears almost too convenient. He becomes a client who can generate attention, resources, and a sense of purpose. But personally, spiritually, and psychologically, his arrival feels like a blessing and more, I mean, less like a blessing and more like a curse disguised as an opportunity. When Noah describes Max as a possible gift from the nonprofit gods, is the show exploring how institutions can unintentionally welcome dangerous people when they focus on the mission instead of the individual? Does a person earn redemption by changing, or do they simply demand redemption because they believe they deserve it?
Mm. Oh my goodness. Um. So yes, the show is showing um, how at least that particular organization is more focused on their mission than they are on Max himself. I do believe that they're looking at, not they, but Noah is looking at surface, and she's not digging deeper. Whereas Anna, she has the responsibility to look deeper and put the put two and two together, fingers and toes. And now my son got a toe coming up out of his esophagus and shit. That's a lot to excuse. Like, no, 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 I'm not excusing that. No, you are enemy number one in my mind. Um, and the second question: does a person earn redemption by changing, or do they simply demand redemption because they believe they deserve it? Um, that's a deep question. Number one, that's a very deep question. Um, just because I like to answer questions versus saying, I'm going to say a person earns redemption by actually doing the work and changing.
I
That's what I'm.
agree. I feel like you can't demand it if you haven't already changed. Now, if you can demand it if people haven't recognized,
Recognized.
yeah, recognized your change, but it's not automatically due to you because you spent 17 years in prison for something you claim you didn't do. Because I know Anna might be the only one that's not convinced, but you say you didn't do it, and she might be claiming she doesn't believe it because of whatever it is she had to do with it, as we learn at the end of the episode. But you can't demand anything until people actually see it. But in respect to Max Cady, he is kind of showing it.
Yeah, by visiting that guy in prison. But this is my question: the guy knew who he was. Is it because he saw him on television? Is it because he heard about what he did in the same prison that they were both in? Part of me thinks that they had some type of dealing while in prison.
Someone that makes me also feel like something with those tattoos on Max's chest binds them
Cause,
together.
cause, cause they focus too much on it. They focus too much on it.
Wasn't it something?
Even right here, you see it. Them damn pitchforks and shit.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But so we reached the end of the questions, and I did some good ones. um, from Mayfair to 10, what are we rating this episode?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, and I kind of told you earlier. I was gonna give this particular episode a 5 originally. Like I was sitting here and I was putting everything together, and
A
I was like, damn.
five.
I was like, damn. I almost fell asleep twice watching this, and then we had this discussion, and I'm gonna say it's minimum 7.5, almost an 8.
Okay, so what takes 2 points off? I'm giving follow-ups. I need to know.
What'd you say?
What takes the 2 points off?
Um, it was. How do I say this? It was okay. So I recognize that. Well, this is a question. So it's Apple TV, so it's week by week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe my attention was in other places, but because my attention was in other places, it was kind of slow.
Yeah, it was slow.
It was kind of slow, but with everything that we talked about, I'm bumping it up, because to me, a 7.5 and 8, that's in that territory of I want to see more.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna give it a good 8.5 because I kind of wanted to see more about Anna and her girlfriend and what's all that about.
Oh, you mean Callie and Natalie?
Callie. Yeah, Callie and Natalie, not Anna. My bad. Callie and Natalie. I thought they would dive a little deeper into that. I mean, I understand how it was unnecessary. But I wanted it. Then Tom got a phone call I didn't understand, and they didn't get into that. I just felt like the dad stuff was great, but they didn't give me enough there. But my problem probably is that I want everything at once. And it's not a movie, it's a show. But because I can agree that it was slow and it was a listener. as a lot of psychological thrillers are, it was a listener. So I had to really pay attention. And I'm not going to lie, once I finally sat down and watched the full episode myself, it was awesome. So I was like, oh yeah, oh man, what's going to happen in the next one? So I give it 8.5.
Okay, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. So that's a wrap, guys. That's a wrap.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share on all your social media. Until next time, have a good one. We've got questions and we know you have answers, so make love to our senses in the comments. Drop them down below.